You feel me?
This is all I got right here.
Oh, that's cute too. We like that too.
Man, we got personalized new era fitteds. You know what I mean? No snap. You know what I mean?
See.
Hey, chef, show them how the A-Town. Now everybody know New York wear them joints like this here. You know what I'm saying? With the brim straight up and down under the eyebrows. Show them how the A-Town wear it.
No, that's not how New York wear. You try.
Show them how the A-Town wear it.
The A-Town.
You got hey, okay. Hey,
look, it don't even go around your head. It's like it's just
you gotta sit that motherfucker on top.
It like this.
Top hat.
Y'all stupid. I'm not playing with y'all.
Hold on. The Lord told me that, you know what I mean, wasn't nobody going at Andrea enough tonight. So he said he sent an angel to come and kick Andrea's ass.
Y'all better leave Andrea alone. You ain't gonna be bullying her.
And his name is Derek C. Williams.
Oh God, Jesus. Okay, what does he want tonight?
Brother Derek, I called you an angel, son. That's probably the best intro.
Thank you. Shout out and respect to Chef Shapino, Victor Freeze. How are you, young man?
Peace,
the
brother.
multi-talented, the vivacious, raw, honest tea, and of course the ubiquitous. She's everywhere. Andrea Lynch, bless her. Yeah, less than 4 minutes of your time, sir. Just real quick, I had put into your chat earlier. You know, all this. The title is almost like a, not a catch 'em, but more or less like a trick question, because it's really when you use those words, it's really subjective. It really, to me, I say on every platform that I go on, a man is as he does, and you can extend that out to females. And depending on the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, people are going to make sometimes snap judgments. It's not until you actually sit down one-on-one and you may get a different perception of people. But generally, the only thing we have to go off is a person's actions. You know, that's all you got. Because I don't know your heart. I don't know how you move. I won't know that till I interact with you. And then I may change up my tune. But if I see you just off the top, I may make a snap judgment, and you can chalk that up to us being human, right? So that's the reason why I said that. So when you say someone is bougie, ratchet, high sedity, high value, all of that, Kevin Samuels, in my opinion, anyway, really made that thing with the high value thing take off, and immediately I just took exception with it, because who is the one that's going to make the judgment on who is high value and who ain't? And is my opinion better than yours? Some people's opinions can be better than others, but yet it's still an opinion. And all of these opinions are subject to change depending on how a person get down with you or not. So that's always been my thing. That's really your only barometer in this life. And Raw Honest T said something earlier about thinking you better. I tell my daughter, when people tell her that, I say, well, Damaris, tell them actually I am, and I can prove it. Stuff like that, because people say these things to try to cut you down, and you cannot have that. We had when we were little, we were always taught to stand up and stand out. But the more we move up in age, when you do try to stand up and stand out, you find so many people trying to throw stumbling blocks, knocking you down, being negative. No. I am who I am. I am who I am based off how I get down, and that's the way you it's not so much that you putting up a front, but the way I am is the way I am, and you have to take me as such. But nonetheless, when you are excelling or you're trying to speak with intelligence and stuff like that, people look down on that. Now, if you act a fool, folks love that. We can all laugh and fall out the chair. But if you're trying to make sense and you're trying to walk in a certain way, for some reason, that's not salacious enough for people. They got to hit you, right? So the thing is that in a case like that, that's the reason why I like Raw Honest Tea so much, and to a degree, well, not to a degree, but all the way, Andrea Lynch. These people are transparent. They're gonna let you know what time it is, good, bad, and indifference, and that's something I can respect. Now, I always mess with Andrea because she's just wrong about Stephen A. Smith or Screaming A. Smith. She's wrong. She's just wrong about that. But that's still, aside from that, she comes from a good place. You can't speak ill of Raw Honest T at all. She covers the gamut. You name the topic, she probably touched on it. And we need more people. We need more Black people on this platform like that. And that's just what I'm about. But see, once again, when you're trying to make sense, that's not really the ticket. If you cooning and buffooning, folks love that. So, but once again, to go back really quickly and sum this up, only thing you got, Chef, is a person's actions. That's all you got. And so I would never say don't judge, because that's just not true. If you like Coke over Pepsi, you made a judgment. So I just want to thank you for having me up. I didn't want to be too long-winded.
Hold on a minute. Did you just come up here and say that about Stephen A. Smith? Because you always showing a start to my morning husband. I don't know what it is about the man you don't like. I don't know what it is about the man you can't stand. I don't know what it is about the man you don't like. I can be brief.
Well, ma'am, I can be brief.
Let me go ahead and say this on here. See, the problem like you don't like Stephen A. Smith because he keep Black men accountable, because he keep telling Black men they doing stupid shit, because he keep telling Black men they are doing stupid shit, and y'all are just mad because he Black and he can tell he on TV.
Chef Supino.
Because if he wasn't on TV,
Chef Supino. Chef Supino, I can sum this up. I can tie this up really quickly.
Right, because I ain't done yet. Hold on a minute. I ain't done yet.
I'm gonna need y'all to get a room.
You just mad because he Black. You just mad because you don't like him. You just mad because he kept Black men accountable. And I ain't mad with the brother. He is Black just like you and me. Don't be mad because the brother's on TV telling the business. And stop hating on the brother. Okay? For real. That's wrong with y'all Black folks. Every time our brother's on TV talking about his shit, educated, profound words, but brother can speak very well. But y'all are mad because he's calling Black men accountable. Be quiet.
Right. Okay. Well, I want to thank you for that unsolicited diatribe. I want to thank you for that long rant. Now that we got that out of the way, Chef Supino, I would direct you to Andrea Lynch's It's All Hot Air channel. And she has a video where myself, Real Talk 87, and her did a video entitled Is Stephen A. Smith a Coon? And you can hear what we had to say about it. So she didn't even have to go through all that. You can actually just go to the video and watch this for yourself, and you will see how I cut her to shreds then, like I'm about to cut her to shreds now. I have no problem. I agree with much of what Screaming A. Smith says. It's the way in which he says it. And I think oftentimes you're going to find most Black men have a problem. Is he articulate? Yes. Well, I think I can hold my own in a conversation as well, or if not better than him. Secondly, who cares if he's your YouTube husband? Nobody. Look, that's your thing, and more power to you. Everybody don't feel like that. And I understand you support him more. Oh, there you go. Scream. Look at Screaming A. Look at Screaming A right there. You got the love. All right. So that's pretty much all I want to say, Chef. And I just want to thank you for having me up. Raw Honest T, you're beautiful as always. Victor Freeze, you take care of yourself. Ms. Lynch, bless you.
Don't be mad.
I know hashtag you just asked the question. I know. We know that. You're just asking questions. We never get no answers. You just ask a question. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just funny how other Black folks don't want to get other Black folks flowers. The mother's educated. The brother ain't hurt nobody. He ain't killed nobody. He ain't shot nobody. He ain't cussed nobody out.
I haven't done any of that either. So what you're saying? I haven't done any of that either. So what you saying?
Well, hold on, I ain't get to finish. You finished talking, so now it's my turn. Now this my show. This my shit right here. Okay? So,
well, I thought it was the chef's show, Miss Lynn.
It says Andrea Lynch, Victor Freeze, and Chef Supino. It's the team, man. It's the team on here. Over here, there's a team tonight. Okay, so this is my shit over here. Okay, so now we get to talk about the man ain't done nobody. He ain't killed nobody. He ain't hurt nobody. He on TV talking his shit. He's educated, knowing what he's talking, and y'all are mad for what? And call him an Uncle Tom.
No one's mad.
Every time prominent Black folks get together and be on TV, but you don't say nothing about Jason Whitlock because you like him, but he ain't an Uncle Tom, but he don't like Stephen A. Smith. Man, I don't got time.
Wait. Two things. Hold on 1 second, Andrea. Let me interject.
And then he's mad. Okay, I'm just mad. It's mad for no reason.
No one's mad.
Hang on just a second, Dad. Two things that need to happen. You addressed Jason Whitlock, and you also said why you mad. So I think when you ask a question like that, you gotta wait for the answer. Derek, why you mad?
Sir, you can't that is standard fare for Ms. Lynch. She always asks this question, why you mad? No one is mad. And I said, and this is to you too as well, Mr. Freeze. You can go to Miss Lynch's Hot and Cali channel, and we did a talk on this very issue, and we don't have to rehash it here. Just know that Ms. Lynch always says this. No one is mad at Screaming A. Screaming A is just a loudmouth, in my opinion. With regard to Jason Whitlock, he's a conservative black guy. A lot of blacks don't like this conservative thing, but when you look at it in many ways, we are more conservative than we are liberal in many respects. And so a lot of people don't like him based off that. But again, if you just cursory listen to Jason Whitlock, you don't even have to look at his color. Just a cursory listen to this guy. The dude makes sense. That's all I'm saying. Now, with regards to Stephen A. Smith, he has good commentary and he does make a lot of sense. However, when you look at the way he gets down on First Take most of these mornings, the way he just seems to just out the edge, he always finds the worst in the black athletes. He says he supports them, but he always finds the worst in them. Kind of like how Ms. Lynch says, like, we put down black people. He does that as well. Same thing. But well, Mr. Freeze, I would direct you to Hot in Cali, and you can scroll down from this time last year, and it's a video entitled "Is Screaming A. Smith a Coon?" on her channel. You can watch that in its entirety, and you'll see what I said. We don't have to rehash that here, but she can't help herself.
Let me ask you one more question, Dad.
Yes,
Based
sir.
on what we're talking about here, we're talking about classy, bougie, ratchet.
Mhm.
We also use the terms hood was in there, and I think thought was in there, but we can leave that one out of this part of it.
Ghetto, ratchet.
Mhm.
So where does Stephen A. fit into any of these categories?
Hell no.
Stephen A. Smith, he asked me, Miss Lynch. He asked me, calm down. It's all right. It's all right. Your passion is getting the best of you as it often does. He asked me. I wouldn't call him any of those. I would just simply say what it is. I see just a guy that's being overly dramatic and loud on the TV, yet and still he tried to come off with this intellectual persona just because someone may disagree with him. You may remember last year, Will, I forgot his last name, but he just called this white guy named Will everything but a child, a guy on First Take last year because they had a simple disagreement in opinion on politics. Well, first off, it's a sports show. That ain't his lane. His lane is sports. So he was messing with this dude who was a lawyer, but he couldn't let it go. Kind of like Miss Lynch. Couldn't let it go. Totally out of his element.
Will is the asshole.
He's like,
Will Kane is name.
Hold on a minute. Did I hear right? Totally out of his element. I mean,
in the political sphere, yes, ma'am.
Hang on.
Let me jump in here real quick. Let me just jump in here real quick.
Salute to Quantum Love.
If anybody, peace, Quantum. If anybody thinks that this conversation is being derailed, no. It's actually, this conversation is actually traveling the road it's supposed to. And every single person that joined so far has actually added to it. So let's talk about it.
Wait a minute.
Classy. Oh, sorry.
Wait a minute, Chef. I just have to say goodbye because I got to put my little boy to sleep. He's doing too much. But I will be. Yes, thank you. I will be back because this was a fun little conversation. And it wasn't that heavy, marauded, bull crap, gender war conversation. I like the vibes over here. You know what I'm saying? A little sousson of the spiciness. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back.
Spice.
Don't worry. We got one of the master bedrooms for you here. The key is right under the rock next to the bushes. And we got connections for your kids' Xbox. So come back to the crib. You already know.
Y'all have a good night.
Appreciate you. So let me just say this piece right here. In terms of, oh shit, where was we going? Oh, the rabbit hole. Classy, bougie, ratchet. And then I kind of threw in the Pookie and Ray Ray thing in the description. This conversation was more so based on the idiosyncrasies and subtle terms and the nuances of the terms that we refer to people as and classify them as and why. And the why, you know. And we're going to those different places. you know, where they talk about Uncle Tom, they talk about Sadiddy, this, that, and the other. Let's talk about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith plays a particular role within the industry, and he played it early before Whitlock figured it out.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Before Whitlock figured it out. Here's what it is. We understand the dynamics of quasi-racial dynamics and ethnic dynamics that go on within this country. So as it stands right now within the politically correct realm, it's not truly politically correct for a white person to give commentary on how black people move. I could say something and they'll be like, shut up, asshole. A white person could say something and say, you motherfucking racist. I could walk up and slap a random black lady in the head and they say I'm just an asshole and I like hitting women. A white man could walk in wearing a Malcolm X t-shirt and smack a sister and he's a racist plant. Those nuances, those social or quasi-ethnic nuances, they put us in a position. That's one of the reasons that Stephen A. was able to blow up. Why? Me as a content creator, one of the things that I want to do specifically is not the shit that everybody else is doing. I want my lane. Even if we have the same topic, I want to be able to address that topic in my way, in our way. It's different. Stephen A., he came in as the brother that could talk shit about the brothers without the brothers saying, you racist motherfucker. He was that voice. He did it differently. He moved differently than Stuart Scott.
Yes.
He moved different, you know what I mean? And Stuart Scott is the OG. Rest in peace, brother.
Yes. North Carolina.
You know, Stuart Scott is a legend. Stuart Scott had his lane.
Yes.
But there's always got to be the quote unquote asshole. Because remember, there's different kinds of people that's out there that move in certain ways. Originally, the beloved doctor on TV was the little white boy, Doogie. Yep. Doogie Howser, MD, right?
We used to watch that show.
But then after that, we move and we've evolved into a more cynical, sarcastic group. Who became the most powerful doctor? House. Adrian House.
Yep.
The biggest asshole on TV, right? We've moved into a realm where sometimes vitriol comes across as honesty. Being relaxed and, you know, having a smooth temperament, it's not as cool as when you pop off. You see what gets views on YouTube streets. So I believe that in terms of Stephen A. coming in his realm, that was his job. He was the one that could. He was the trustee. If you seen the movie Life, he was the dude on the donkey. Okay, he was the nigga that gets to scream at the niggas because we scream at the niggas. We gonna look like we the man and we just that.
You don't want to work, guys.
Right. So I believe that was a role that he assumed. But Whitlock, he assumed when he tried to make that pivot when he peeped what was going on, his pivot didn't go to holding us accountable. His pivot was more direct asshole.
Okay.
And trigger, you know.
Yeah, he don't put no cut on that motherfucker.
And I don't see nothing wrong with Stephen A. Smith. Is he a little loud? That don't bother me. It doesn't bother me one bit. It don't bother me because he's holding a black man accountable. It doesn't bother me one bit if he's holding a black athlete accountable. The last time I checked, Stephen A. Smith is black. Okay, he talking about black athletes. And if black athletes don't want Stephen A. Smith talking about that, but stop doing bullshit shit. Okay, if you don't want them talking about your dumb ass doing shit, drinking, driving, domestic violence, getting benefit for drugs, don't do shit. Cause man, I'm gonna talk about it. That's my job to talk about it. And if you're mad about it,
Miss Lynch, we ma'am, with all due respect, Again, Chef Shapino, you can always feel free to look at that video for yourself on her channel. We do not have to rehash here, but I'm just saying really quickly. I was, because I'm saying it for this reason, Chef. I told Ms. Lynch this about the 8th time. I agree with much of what Stephen A. Smith said, but it is something to be said because I am a YouTube content creator such as yourself. We have a lane in which we may want to voice our opinions, but what Ms. Lynch say, oh, why you mad? No, it's not mad. It's my observation on how he gets down, and I have the right to do that. She can support him till the cows come home. I may not feel like that, right? And that's all it is. But nevertheless, when I see and hear some of the stuff that Stephen A. Smith does, I take issue. Most specifically, how the video is out there for everybody to see. With the way he did Kwame, for starters, like that, I did not like. I thought for someone to be as articulate and as cool and about black people as he claims, what black man goes around talking about a young child? That's just like, come on, man.
Okay. Take Kwame Brown off the table because that is the big question.
That's the only thing he got.
Take Kwame Brown out the table.
That was one example, Ms. Lynch. Yes, sir.
Because that's a damning one, but it's not. You gotta dig all the way in there to get down to what really going on behind that. That has more implications than just him having an issue with the black athlete. That's him having maybe
that's a personal
one. But here's what I'm saying, because we use celebrities as case studies and jumping off points, but we're not so caught up in individual. Would you say that Stephen A. is his own version of like a T.I.? Because he say, yo, I'm from Hollis, Queens, don't forget, yeah. He say that a lot, you know what I'm saying? He makes sure that's known that he's not forgotten his black card.
He says that a lot, but you'll notice how quickly all that went out the window 3 years ago with the Ray Rice thing. When that white woman, when he used the word provoke, he was dead on the money. And let me, I finished. Miss Lynch, you're over talking me. Miss Lynch, you're over talking me. Can I speak? You won't let anybody speak. That's a bad look. But Mr. Freeze, as I was going to say, when he said the word provoke, Stephen A. Smith was dead on the money, and I have to side with Miss Lynch. But all of that hood, and remember where I come from, it went right away. What did he do? I made a video about it last year. I made such an egregious error. He was capitulating, tucking tail, putting his head between his legs, running. Right? Mm-hmm. Right, Ms. Lynch? Of course he was. So when you see stuff like that as a black man, but you tell us the next day, I'm a black man, I'm gonna stand up for black causes. But the minute this lily white woman and she actually went to what some of you ain't supposed to do. She violated company policy by going and ratting out on her own man. This is well known, Ms. Lynch, but he had no rap. So when I see stuff like that, for somebody to say that they keep it so real, I have to, as he say, pause for the cause. Ain't that what he say, Ms. Lynch? Of course he does. That's all. And these are just a few
examples. Is the stance question? Is the stance?
Can I respond now?
Wait, let me just get this little piece, and I'm gonna let you go, Andrea. This is a little side question. It's just a side anecdotal question.
Okay.
So, is him being able to get back or throw a shot back more important than the cause or his presence in the room? If it's important for me to be in the room and to be able to drive my folks to a certain point and for my voice to be heard, do I allow a certain indiscretion from the other side to stop?
Well, to err is human. Yeah, and we all have shortcomings, Ms. Lynch. We all have shortcomings. Only thing I'm saying is that on with sports on TV, he is the face. With no doubt about that. That's indisputable. But it's also my understanding that let Whitlock tell it anyway. They actually were peers because they came up in the game at the same time. So I wouldn't say that neither one of them was a pioneer, but I know exactly where you're going with that. I believe, Chef. Yes, it's good that you have black faces on TV. We need to be seen and we need to be represented. And again, as I said, I agree with much of what Stephen A. Smith say, but I also know, like Roland Martin, he got this diva thing going on, and most men are going to be turned away from that. That's all.
Oh, he diva too. Roland Mark. You know what?
Yeah.
That's Miss Lynch again. That's the reason why I directed the chef and Mr. Freeze to your video so they can see for themselves. We didn't have to rehash it here, man. I'm trying to keep it calm. You're being kind of loud right now. Man, we're trying to get away from that. With all due respect,
brother.
Is it okay that I respond yet, my brothers? Is it okay that I respond yet? I'm just asking some
yes,
questions.
ma'am. Would you like to say you have the floor?
Okay, I got the floor tonight. Okay, so I'm confused about it because I know some history behind this little one indiscretion that everybody claimed he had. Okay, Black people always feel like one discretion that a brother had. You know what? I want to beg the question is, so what? He decided to apologize to keep his job. Okay, last time I checked, he had a mother who was dying. He might have to pay for that cancer. I don't know. He got 2 daughters. I don't know. Maybe the man need a job, keep his job, because the money is helping take care of him. He got a family to take care of too. So I don't know. Maybe sometimes we doing things we might not have to do for our family's sake. So the question I ask is, if my family needs to be fed and I've done something at my job and they told me to apologize to keep my job, I'm gonna keep my damn job. So if a brother kept his job because that's what he got a mother who was sick, got 2 kids to take care of and responsibility, I ain't got a problem with that. Now I have a problem with brothers who are mad because the brother said apologize. And you know what? The question I beg and I ask, if you got that kind of money and they got money coming in and you're gonna end up losing your job, you're gonna be homeless, you keeping your damn job. So you're gonna apologize and stop lying because you know you will. Okay. Now the third question I'm gonna say is, I get so sick and tired of brothers bringing that one expression up. But is the brother a good brother? He ain't killing nobody, he ain't in jail, he ain't murdered nobody. He's on TV doing the job that he gets paid for. And I profoundly makes me mad and angry when you call a brother Uncle Tom, an educated brother.
I ain't calling that.
Done yet, an educated brother, and when he say he from a Hollis Queen, what's wrong with saying that's where he from? What's wrong with saying is my boys kept me to keep me in the educated, keep me helping
Mr.
them.
Freeze just told you why.
So what's wrong with you saying I'm from Hollis Queen? That's a badge of honor. That's the way Hollis Queen's born and raised. They taught me how to be better. Okay, so what's wrong with that? It is so funny how black people get on my damn nerves because they always call those Uncle Tom doing this.
No one called him a Tom.
No, I don't understand.
So let me just say this. Take a couple of breaths, Andrea. So Derek, I will